This is the Red Sox POSTCAST, your instant game reaction for the Boston Red Sox, part of the Locked On Podcast Network. Your team every day.
Well, the Red Sox dropped the opener in heartbreaker fashion Monday night. They come back and win Tuesday to even up the series against the Twins at 1-1, and they collect 13 runs, including 5 in the ninth inning against the Twins on Wednesday. With that, they win the series and win the finale in a laugher. And with that, we do welcome you into our latest Locked On Red Sox postcast. I'm Steve Lennox, longtime play-by-play announcer and national show host, ESPN Radio, Satellite Radio, once part of a 3-person front office who helped change the minor league team name from the Batavia Clippers in Batavia, New York, to the Batavia Muck Dogs. Go Muck Dogs. We are providing reaction to every Red Sox game on the Locked On Red Sox YouTube channel. Our Locked On Red Sox postcast also available on the Locked On Red Sox podcast feed, which is free and available wherever you download your podcast. On our latest Locked On Red Sox postcast, we're going to talk about Brayan Bello. We're going to talk about Trevor Story. We're going to talk about Connor Wong and Jarren Duran and Roman Anthony in the leadoff spot as well. Latest Locked On Red Sox postcast presented by Game Time. Download the Game Time app, create your account, and use code LOCKEDONMLB for $20 off on your first purchase. So the Red Sox have now won 2 straight series. They continue to win the series finale, something that they have done consistently all season long. Bello, solid, over 7, giving up just 1 earned run. And the bats, well, they've been cooking the last couple of games. There's no denying that.
This is what you'll be talking about.
Well, the Red Sox, 13 runs total, 13-1 laugher over the Twins on Wednesday. The Twins right now just need to get through the trade deadline. Who's going, who's coming? Willie Castro taken out of the game in the top of the 9th inning. He might be traded. He might be on the move. He might not be. Who knows? Griffin Jacks was also removed in the top of the 9th inning where the Red Sox scored 5 runs. And hey, Rogers' son Cody Clemens on the mound. These position players who get on the mound, apparently they're just told, lob it in there. We've thrown up the white flag because he didn't break glass. Romy Gonzalez, 3-run home run. Yoshida follows with a home run, both off Clemens. And, hey, batting practice at that point in time. 16 total hits in the victory for the Red Sox. They win 2 out of 3. With the win, they match their high-water mark of the season, 8 games over 500. Now a much-deserved off day for the Red Sox on Thursday, trade deadline, 6 p.m. Eastern Thursday, and then 3 against the Astros, 3 more against the Royals, the next 6 at home, and really a chance right now. 8 games over 500, as I said. You've played winning baseball at Fenway Park consistently this season. Team's been terrific at home. So just keep that going. Win the series. And I know you might grumble a little bit to say, well, they should have swept the series. They won the series. That is the goal going into a series. Your goal is not to sweep a series. That's unrealistic. But the way they lost on Monday, yeah, you could say they could be going home with 3 straight in Minnesota. You take the finale. Let's talk about Brayan Bello, because Bello got the lead early on a Trevor Story home run. Story's second home run in the series. And then Bello gives up a home run to Wallner to tie it at 1 in the bottom half of the second. But then in the 3rd inning, and I'm going to give you my at-bat of the day, and for the first time maybe ever, I give at-bats of the day. Because in the 3rd inning, Connor Wong reaches with a bloop double to right field. Anthony with a single, extending his hit streak to 5 in a row, and continues to get on base in the leadoff spot. 4 straight game for Roman Anthony in the leadoff spot. All he does is get on base. Hits, walks, hit by pitch. But Wong the bloop double, Anthony a base hit, 1st and 3rd, nobody out. Toro, sac fly, run batted in. Toro, 10-pitch at bat. Brings the runner in from 3rd. Wong scores, and then Wong, 5th inning, leads off with a single. Anthony a double. Toro, ground out. Duran, Toro's ground out with the infield up. Duran, base hit, 2 RBIs. Connor Wong. And I said it recently, and maybe I didn't finish a thought, but college basketball team knocks down 8 3-pointers in the first half, right? Their season average coming into that particular game, 9. So you expect them to hit 1 or 2 threes the rest of the game. Connor Wong, you really do expect him to hit better post-All-Star break. He's showing signs. Worked well with Bello again. And Bello Talk about Connor Wong. Leadoff base hit, double in the third, leadoff base hit in the fifth inning. Bello goes 7 innings, gives up just the 1 run, picks up the victory, and just once in those 7 innings does the leadoff man reach. Now, there were a couple times where you might have wanted to at least pull your hair, maybe not pull your hair out, but Bello did walk 4 in the outing. But I thought he showed tremendous poise in the game. I don't know that you're going to add to the bullpen or add to the starting rotation behind Crochet, in front of Giolito and Bello. But if Bello can pitch this well the rest of the way, and then you add another starter in there as well, that makes it real strong. But I had this thought in the last 24 hours, and that is apparently Phillies, John Heyman reporting, Phillies, Red Sox, both hot after Johan Duran from the Twins, who you saw only once in this series. That was on Monday. But Brian Cashman and the Yankees and other teams have done it as well. But if you can't go out and land a big starting pitcher, continue to add to the bullpen in front of Chapman. Chris Murphy, by the way, 2 scoreless innings, 1, 2, 3 in the 8th, 1, 2, 3 in the 9th. That's an outstanding job by Murphy, especially when they got 5 runs in the top of the 9th inning. You didn't want any base runners in the final innings, and the base runners for the Twins were few and far between. They were acting like it was the end of September. Now, some of their at-bats, okay, they look good. Some of their at-bats, it's like, no, they just want to get this trade deadline over so they can go back to playing baseball. They're 4 or 5 games under 500 now. They dropped this series. They've dropped every series out of the All-Star break. And they're selling. They're going to probably move a lot of players. We're now 26 hours away from the trade deadline as we go live with our latest Locked On Red Sox postcast. A lot to like in this game. But Connor Wong, first time doing it ever, maybe. Locked On Red Sox postcast, a first. 2 at-bats of the day. Wong, leadoff double in the third. Wong, base hit. Build that confidence. And do the job behind the plate, which he's been doing. And how about in the very first inning? You want to speak of Connor Wong? Larnach, fly out. Brooks Lee, ground out on 2 pitches. Clemens walked on 4 straight. Bello in the first inning, after retiring the first 2 batters on 5 pitches, Clemens walked on 4 straight. He fell behind Jeffers. Jeffers a base hit. He threw 7 straight balls at one point. Jeffers had the count in his favor, 3-0. Bello threw a strike. Jeffers a base hit. Anthony to Cedar Rafaela back at second base. To the plate, Connor Wong applying the tag on Larnach. Inning over. 7-4-3, inning over. And the Red Sox also turned a nifty double play in the 5th inning as Brooks Lee hit into a 3-3-6 double play. Story did a nice job with the runner at third base. Romy Gonzalez tags the bag. You've got to tag the runner. You've got to tag that runner before that runner, Bader, I think it was, crosses home plate. They got the out. Bader left stranded. Double play, inning over. And dare I say it, here's a number of the day. The Red Sox did have 2 errors on Tuesday night in a victory, 8-5 over the Twins. But they've now gone 6 of the last 7 games playing errorless baseball. Note to the world, that's good. That is terrific. Everyone in the starting lineup for the Red Sox with at least 1 base hit, except Abraham Toro, who did have an RBI with a sac fly. Anthony in the leadoff spot, 2 hits, 2 runs scored. Jarren Duran, 3 hits, double, home run in the 9th, or double in that 9th inning to kind of get things going in that big inning. But earlier, Duran, home run, 2nd straight game, multi extra base hits. He had 4 RBIs. Story, home run, solo shot. 2 hits, 2 runs scored. Gonzalez, 2 hits, 3 RBIs. Yoshida coming around maybe. The home run off Clemens. Yes, it's against a position player, but I don't care. He's in there. He's throwing lollipops. Do damage. And then Wong, the 2 base hits, 2 runs scored. And Cedar Rafaela also had a base hit late as well. All adding up to an embarrassing 13-1 loss for the Twins. A nice 13-1 win in the series finale for the Boston Red Sox. And Trevor Story, part of Numbers of the Night as we continue Locked On Red Sox postcast. Glad you're with us. Now it's home. Deserved day off on Thursday, on the trade deadline day. No one on the big league roster right now. Make one more point before break. But no one on the big league roster right now should be expecting to be traded. Maybe a throw-in or an add-on. David Hamilton, perhaps. I don't know. I'm just throwing that out there. But right now, any trade involving the Red Sox, it seems like it's going to be for prospects, for minor leaguers. Garrett Crochet's not going to pitch in the opener on Friday. Alex Bregman got a full day off in the finale on Wednesday. Garrett Crochet, Alex Cora informing the media before the game is going to be pushed back. And you may say, well, oh no, he's not going to pitch in the Astros series. Well, think about it. He's going to be pushed back to the series against the Royals early next week. And then if he stays on, he would pitch, I would imagine, in that series. If he pitches Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. I don't know if there's that off day in there next Thursday. I believe there is. But he could possibly, if he goes Monday, he could go in that series against the Astros in Houston. I almost would rather see him pitch on the road against the Astros than at home. But right now, TBA. I'd love to see Kyle Harrison come up and make the start. Apparently, on the Twitter world, in the X world, reading earlier today, he's on schedule. He is scheduled to start on Friday. I would like to see Kyle Harrison make his Red Sox debut in the opener against Hunter Brown on Friday night. We'll see if it happens. Then you've got Buehler. Then you've got Giolito, who will stay on normal rest. And then Garrett Crochet gets pushed back. No problem with that right now. And you may see that with Bello. You may see that with Giolito in the coming weeks as well. Your comments, more numbers of the day as we continue Locked On Red Sox postcast. Red Sox thump the Twins in Minnesota at Target Field. Again, take 2 out of 3 in the series. And our Locked On Red Sox postcast is presented by Game Time. Hey, we've all been there. Logging on early, waiting forever for concert tickets to go on sale, only to lose your spot for a show you've been dying to see. I'm thinking about it right now, and yeah, that happened to me a few years ago. Rest in peace, Jimmy Buffett. Live music should be about making memories, not dealing with the stress of ticket shopping. That's where Game Time comes in. Game Time does make getting concert tickets faster and easier than ever. Prices actually drop as it gets closer to showtime, and you can save up to 60% off with their killer last-minute deals. Tired of endless scrolling, trying to find the best deal? Game Time's zone deals pick the best seats in your section for you. Ever wonder what your view is actually going to look like before you purchase your tickets? Well, the app with Game Time actually helps you out with that. Panoramic seat views. So there are no surprises. Game Time, with Game Time, the price you see is the price you pay. No hidden fees. Worried about what happens if plans change? Well, the Game Time guarantee has your back with cancellation protection and more. Take the guesswork out of buying concert and show tickets with Game Time. Download the Game Time app, create an account, and use code LOCKEDONMLB. That's code LOCKEDONMLB for $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. Again, create an account. Redeem code LOCKEDONMLB for $20 off. Download the Game Time app today. Last-minute tickets, lowest price guaranteed. Locked On Red Sox postcast also presented by 5 Hour Energy. Time to fuel up and turn it up with 5 Hour Energy Transfusion. It brings the bold grape, ginger, and lime flavor of your favorite golf drink, minus the alcohol, into a quick, energizing shot. Whether you're sinking birdies or just making memories with friends, this one's a hole-in-one for your energy game. Let's be honest, some days on the course or even off it, well, you just need that extra boost to stay sharp and energized. Right now, with 5 Hour Energy. Hey, we know golf is all about good times with good people and good flavors, of course. The grape, ginger, lime flavor gives you the best parts of your clubhouse go-to without chasing down the bev cart. If you go to 5hourenergy.com today, that is the number 5hourenergy.com, you can use promo code LOCKEDONGOLF to receive 20% off your order. This offer is only valid until September 30th on one order and cannot be used with other promotions. The code is not good on subscription orders. Whether you're meeting up with friends or trying to turn 18 holes into 36, get the energizing boost you need to power through. Order transfusion-flavored 5 Hour Energy shots today. To your comments in just a moment. Jarren Duran, 3 hits, 4 runs batted in. Duran, 6-game hit streak, 9th time this year with his double in the 9th inning. 9th time this year that Duran has had multiple extra base hits in a game. Had it 17 times last year. And Duran now 52 extra base hits on the season. You love that. Maybe this number 3 spot in the lineup is where he belongs. Most games between Bregman and Story. He shows you he can hit for power. And Anthony's in the leadoff spot. It seems like that's the way it's going to go right now. And it's interesting. But right now, it's paying off for Alex Cora. Red Sox 12-0 in the month of July when scoring 5 or more runs against the opposing team. 17-7 in the month of July overall. And Story mentioned his home run, 17th on the year, second in 2 games after going, 15 games without a home run? 11 of his 17 home runs have come on the road. And the Red Sox barely lose when Story homers. 16-1 now on the season when Story goes yard. Red Sox have won the series finale. Red Sox have dropped and lost the series opener of each of the first 4 series so far out of the All-Star break. Cubs, Phillies, Dodgers, all in the rearview mirror, and now the Twins. Lose the opener, win the finale in all 4 series. Thought that was interesting as well. Again, Red Sox 5 runs in the 9th inning, broke it open earlier in the game and win it 13-1 against the Minnesota Twins. Now home for 6, 3 with Houston starting on Friday, and then 3 more with the Royals starting early next week on Monday. To your comments we go. Who is our leadoff hitter on this Wednesday afternoon? It is Thunder Road. Gotta love Anthony in the leadoff spot. Apparently, hey, I'll be the first to admit it. Sometimes I try to get you guys to admit it. Thank you, Thunder Road, for being our leadoff spot today. Alex Cora knows more than we do. He's got all the information available. We've got some of the information available to us. But it's something he had been thinking about. Now they've done it, and it's working right now. It's working for Anthony because, hey, you don't want the leadoff man reaching to open up a game. So he might be seeing more, different pitches and his at-bats, but his at-bats seem to be, every at-bat almost seems right now to be a quality at-bat. Hard hit, seeing pitches, working deep counts. And it's working for him, for Alex Cora, for the Red Sox. Jordan, hell yeah, boys. Way to get those bats going today. Yeah, and again, I don't want to hear, I'll probably read somewhere in here, we'll probably read somewhere in here, along the lines of, well, it was against Clemens in the 9th inning. Don't care. They put him out there. He had to get 3 outs. He finally did. Thunder Road, Stevie. Hey, I get that every once in a while. Every time Story homers, we win, right? Yeah, just one time this year. Just gave it. Just one time this season where Story is homered. 16-1 when Trevor Story hits a home run this year. So Trevor Story hit more home runs. Carlos, yeah, Queen, well-deserved day off tomorrow. Then we take on the Astros. Go Sox. Thank you, Carlos. The Astros, you got the Rangers, you got the Mariners right on their tails in the AL West. They have dealt with so many different injuries this year. Apparently, Carlos Correa not in the lineup Wednesday. Could you see Carlos Correa coming to Boston this weekend, back with the Astros? That was rumored late last night and into today. And Correa was not in the starting lineup. Had some dizziness, apparently a migraine headache that took him out of the lineup on Tuesday. I don't know if the Twins could get the Astros to take all the money on that deal. Probably wouldn't get very much back in return, but if they took all the money in the deal, could be a win for Minnesota. Big, love a good day game W to watch it work. There you go. Work. Watching. You're paying attention to the Red Sox. Big, no problem there. Really glad that Rocco waved the white flag and didn't use his challenge at the end of the game. LOL. I'm sure it crossed his mind. But he probably said, you know what, let's get the heck out of Dodge. I was thinking the same thing. Hey, 3-1. Chris Murphy got over there. Ball game over. Big, Sox are rolling. Another 10-gamer inbound. Just win the next series in front of you. Take 2 out of 3 from Houston this weekend at Fenway. Carlos, LOL. I would have done it just for kicks. That is referencing get a challenge on that last out of the ball game in the bottom half of the 9th inning. So do we trade for Diaz or let that go? That from Jordan. I think everyone gets excited. I get excited. I've always loved trade deadlines. I think about as a kid, the NBA trade deadline. I used to get tidbits, little nuggets and little ideas from one of my mentors, Peter Vesey, longtime NBA writer. And Yandy Diaz, if you get him, great. If you don't, it's all right, I think. Right now, I'd love to see add in front of Aroldis Chapman because Hicks, maybe use him in the 6th inning, maybe use him in the 7th, and you really shorten games up because there are going to be games here where the starter just goes 5. There might be games where the starter goes 6 and you still need to get 12 outs. Ryan Cashman used to do it. Load up in the bullpen. And you're still the price is going to be heavy for bullpen guys over the next less than 26 hours now. Baconator Sr. clapped them cheeks. Okay. Straight BTA, Jordan. Now you guys are getting out of my realm. Real nice and clapped, Carlos. Did I miss something here? Baconator's smiling with crying while he's smiling. Okay, Carlos, get back to it. I think if the Red Sox make it to the postseason, our buddy Steve here has to sing something better than just take me out to the ballgame. We've got a long way to go. I vote for shipping up to Boston by the Dropkick Murphys. Carlos, we got a long way to go for that. 50-plus games still. I do think they're going to be at least a wild card, but right now you chase the division as well. Do I want a scoreboard watch? Because the Orioles were trying to make things interesting against the Blue Jays. Blue Jays do hold on for a 9-8 victory. So you're not going to pick up any ground, but you don't lose any ground in the division with the Blue Jays taking the game Wednesday afternoon at Oriole Park at Camden Yards. Rays, Yankees later on tonight, 7:05. By the way, Apple TV on Friday, I'm not going to complain as much as I wanted to because it's not going to be Crochet. And then Roku and 11:35 on Sunday because of Roku TV. That's fine. Jordan wants to second that with the Dropkick Murphys. Guys, there's 50-plus games in the regular season. That's not enough time for me to learn shipping up to Boston by the Dropkick Murphys in any way where it's not completely embarrassing. I've set the bar low. It should actually be lower. All right? Plain and simple. Come on. What's wrong with take me out to the ball game? Carlos, I had a salad yesterday. It wasn't any good, but I had a salad yesterday. Carlos talking about eating the fried chicken. We've mandated that Carlos basically needs to eat a little healthier, and maybe he'll mix in a salad as well. Jordan, smiley faces. Nick, feeling great about these Sox. Good. Keep it that way. If they could add a first baseman and a pitcher or two, their path to the postseason seems clear. Let's go. We'll see. I don't think they stand pat. I think they add. I think our hopes are through the roof. And if you want to add a guy like Minnesota's Joe Ryan, do it like you did this past offseason when you added Crochet, because Crochet was the big name out there last July. They waited, the White Sox, until the offseason. They got a big package from the Red Sox. The Red Sox are going to be able to go back out there and add this winter. And they're going to be able to add money to the payroll as well. We know that. There's flexibility all through. Long-time listener down here, this is Joey in Nashville. How about them Sox, baby? Anthony is going to win the MVP one day. Yeah, might be in his first 3 years of big league baseball. Joey, appreciate you checking in. Glad you're on board with us. Don't be a stranger. Aiden, Red Sox creeping closer to the Blue Jays. They are. Emily, we shouldn't have lost game one. That was a fluke. Emily, you're not wrong. But, again, you win the series. You take it. The weather delay threw them off. It did. That from Carlos. Curtis, wish I could have watched it work today. Score looks like it was a fun one. Yeah, 5 runs in the 9th inning. Cody Clemens came into pitch and gave it up in a big way. I like this one. The Hype Bulletin podcast. I got to listen at some point. Roman Anthony leading off, maybe changing this offense. I can go there. Wait a second. Emily, from X, but diehard Red Sox fan. But I do wish that Cedon was getting more solid hits. Had to work today, but listening at bat, awesome game. There you go. Curtis, couple more here. We got to get out soon. Also, might use that game time code for Saturday's game going up Friday for the concert at TD. There you go. Yeah, game time. There you go, Curtis. Checking in. Appreciate that. Supporting our sponsors with Locked On is supporting us with Locked On as well. Emily, Anthony, Bregman, Duran, phenomenal start to the lineup. Absolutely agree with you 100%. Emily from Texas. Emily X. Oh, okay. Okay. Emily, like Ali Bats from Texas. Hey, Emily, not sure if you're in the Austin area, but don't forget, keep Austin weird. Whoop, whoop, Texas in the house. Carlos also. There we go. Carlos also from Texas as well. Hey, by the way, Carlos, looking right at you, Carlos, right now, you think I'm going to say something negative? Well, remember in Rocky 2, Rocky was asked, hey, Rocky, do you have anything negative to say or derogatory to say about Apollo Creed? And he said, derogatory? Yeah, he's great. Carlos, you're a truck driver. We appreciate and tip our cap to you for not only being on board with us on the Locked On Red Sox postcast, but also for what you do as well. Be safe out there on those roadways, Carlos. Last one, Ralph Rocco. And the last inning was basically whatever. Let's go to McDonald's. And that's where we finish with Ralph. Back at it. We've got a day off. Trade deadline. Less than 26 hours away. Greg Breslow's working. Earning his money. Let's see what happens. Don't be disappointed if it's not a ton. Don't be disappointed if it's not Yandy Diaz, Griffin Jacks, Joe Ryan, Johan Duran, and I don't know, Josh Lowe from the Tampa Bay Rays. I'm just throwing names out there. The bar set high. They're not going to meet every single need. We feel good with Toro. We now maybe feel a little bit better with Wong behind the plate. Add to the bullpen. Maybe they add a Morton or another legit number 3 or 4 starter, extend the rotation a little bit more. You're going to find out a little bit more about Tanner Houck as well. Maybe he pitches at some point here after the All-Star break. As always, we want to tip our cap to you, our Royal Rooters, our everydayers, and our first-timers, and a tip of the cap as well to our sponsors on board, Game Time and 5-Hour Energy. Locked On Red Sox. Thank you, Royal Rooters. We always appreciate being on board with us. Locked On Red Sox postcast, number one place to hang out immediately after every game. Locked On Sports, your team, your winning Red Sox. Back to 8 games over 500. We're here every day.